All right, folks, happy Monday. Hopefully the XRP army has recovered from the proper party. We got to talk about Satoshi making a comeback. Is this real? Student loan repayments beginning. And we're going to ask the question, a $1 trillion question, when XRP ETF? Let's get right on into it, folks. So we started out today. The markets got on fire last night for cryptocurrency. Bitcoin broke above 28,000. Right now it's at 27,869. At the time of this recording, this is Monday afternoon. Markets are closed for stocks, and Bitcoin calmed down after pumping last night. I'm about to show you the chart on that one. 1668 for Ethereum and XRP, back at 51 cents. XRP was up to about 52 cents yesterday. And here's your Bitcoin chart. You can see this thing went nuts last night. It actually finished the weekly candle above 28,000, and then we closed off at about 28.6. We're back down to 27.8, but last night and into this morning, we went crazy for Bitcoin. Finishing off the week strong. Now, taking a look here, we see that the Dow sideways, S&P sideways, NASDAQ ticked up slightly. The VIX is up 0.5%, and gold is down 1%, and oil is down 2.22%. So oil back below $90. And why is this? Because that DXY ticking back up 0.75%, 0.74 for your DXY index. That's your dollar index. The dollar ticking back up after the US government avoids the shutdown crisis, right? But the battle is not over, and the market's temporarily up today. Didn't last long because the DXY picked up here towards the end of the day. Oil and gold falling off along with our Bitcoin as well. I say our Bitcoin even though I don't hold Bitcoin, but we got to watch it. Unfortunately, we still got to watch Bitcoin. And we're going to move on into the first article here in regards to the Fed's biggest question being how long to keep interest rates high. And this is from Michael Barr, who, as you can recall, is the former board of advisors at Ripple. Okay. Now, serving at the Federal Reserve, Michael Barr is kind of doing the Federal Reserve dance. And it's kind of, hilarious to me. Listening to these guys act like they don't know what they're doing, right? They play stupid. But he says, in my view, the most important question at this point is not whether an additional rate increase is needed this year or not, but rather how long we will need to hold rates at a sufficiently restrictive level to achieve our goals. Now, I was looking at the Fed funds rate chart, and the Great Financial Crisis, we kept these rates, elevated for about a year before we started to cut them once again during the Great Financial Crisis. And so if we do something similar and we keep these rates elevated at about a 5% Fed funds rate, this is going to squeeze out, and our economy is not going to be able to survive that, right? It's not surviving the fastest rate increase in history. It's not surviving that, but we've had folks that are still hanging on for dear life. A rhetoric and a narrative that has kind of kept stocks propped up through AI, all this new technology and stuff. And basically 7 of the top S&P 500 stocks, 7 tech stocks, are keeping the whole thing afloat. So the market's already dead. Main Street's feeling the pain. And if they do keep those rates elevated for another year, it'll be nothing but pain and suffering for the overall markets. And I'm sorry to say that. Now, equities lagging, real estate lagging, crypto's already in trouble. That's the good news, is that we get to recover more quickly. But as far as recovery, folks were able to recover over the last couple of years, taking some time off from the student loan payments, but now we are starting them back up again. 1.8 trillion in student loan restarts today. For those who say it won't matter, consider this. Total outstanding car loans in America is only 1.56 trillion. This is bigger than the total consumer automotive market debt. Pretty incredible. It's one of the biggest assets on the United States government balance sheet too, which is why it's funny every time Biden goes to forgive the student loan debt, it's only hurting our country's fiscal standing even worse. Now, it's been chaos so far today. Student loan borrowers waiting hours on hold and receiving incorrect information as payments resume. This is very frustrating. Confusion reigns as millions of borrowers go back to paying their student loans. I want you guys to answer in the comments down below. Let me know. Are you about to start paying on your student loan again? Did you get yours forgiven? Where are you at with your student loan debt? You got a big, debt on your head right now? Are you looking to start paying that back again? I guess there's different programs to where you can kind of kick the can down the road for a little bit. But at the end of the day, it looks like they're going to be looking to collect on those payments once again. We'll be watching that closely. Let me know in the comments down below what you're doing with your student loan debt. Thank goodness I don't have any student loan debt. It's one of the perks of being a college dropout, I guess, is I got out of there before I racked up any student loan debt. Now, moving on over back to crypto, Satoshi Nakamoto with a blue check mark. Who could this be? Truly unbelievable. I cannot confirm. I don't think that anybody has confirmed whether or not this is a real Satoshi. Who is Satoshi? Is it the United States government? Is it a three-letter agency? The conspiracy theories are prevalent when it comes to who is Satoshi. I don't really care who Satoshi is because to me, Bitcoin is old, irrelevant technology. It had its place. Congratulations, but we're moving on. But Satoshi comes back, making a comeback, or whoever is running this account, and says Bitcoin is a predicate machine. Over the following months, we shall explore different aspects that were not explicitly contained within the white paper. These aspects are all parts of Bitcoin and are important. Some of these ideas were touched upon in the early years. Now is the time to extrapolate and explain. Now, let me know in the comments down below whether or not you think that that is the real Satoshi. Also, let me know who you think the real Satoshi is. Is this one person? Are we hearing from 4 people, just like the Department of Homeland Security person said in the infamous video? Who is Satoshi? Was that the real Satoshi? And thank goodness it doesn't really impact us because we don't really have any Bitcoin, do we? All I do is short the heck out of that thing. Now, the $1 trillion question we're going to ask ourselves today, Digital Asset Investor puts out the tweet in response to Grayscale announcing that we're proud to announce that New York Stock Exchange ARCA has filed Form 19B4 with the SEC to convert Grayscale Ethereum Trust to a spot Ethereum ETF. So they are looking to turn the Grayscale Ethereum Trust into a spot Ethereum ETF. And Digital Asset Investor asked the $1 trillion question, hey, Grayscale, remember that XRP trust you closed down when the SEC filed the Ripple case? They just lost, making XRP the only digital asset with legal clarity. When spot XRP ETF? And folks, I'm telling you, this thing's coming. It's going to be coming sooner than we think. What we're looking at right now is trillions are going to be coming into the cryptocurrency space, but allowing for the traditional financial world to get access to these cryptos through retirement accounts, through ETFs, is going to really open up the floodgates of liquidity pouring into this new system. And I believe that Ripple is going to be the darling of Wall Street. And obviously, they don't come from Wall Street, they come from San Francisco, Silicon Valley. But what I mean by that is I think that Ripple is going to be the darling and that everybody's going to want to own shares of Ripple. Their IPO is going to be one of the biggest IPOs to have happened in a cryptocurrency company. And the digital asset XRP, not everyone can directly invest in digital assets right now without legal clarity. But eventually getting these ETFs and these other products, it allows people to get exposure without having to own the asset. And it just brings in more value into the underlying asset here that we're talking about. Ethereum ETF, that's exciting. Bitcoin spot ETF is, hopefully going to get approved here soon. The SEC is delaying, and might deny. We are not ruling that one out, that they might deny a spot Bitcoin ETF. But it looks to me like it's only a matter of time before we get the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, and the XRP spot ETFs. And this is all going to be all part of trillions upon tens of trillions coming into this space. So you guys let me know, when do you think that we're going to get an XRP ETF? My prediction is that it's going to come in after the case is over. And I don't know who's going to launch it. Maybe Grayscale will fire it back up. Maybe Arrington XRP Capital is going to fire one up. Who knows? But let me know in the comments down below when you think we're going to get that XRP ETF. That's going to be massive. Now, if you guys appreciate this one, make sure we smash it on the way out, and I will see you guys in the next update. We're going to be watching the markets closely this week. We have just entered October, and it's going to be a volatile month, so stay tuned in with us by subscribing, hitting that notification bell, and everything else can be found on my website, ZachRector.com. God bless you all.